doesn't.
KDK is the biggest stupid gay fuck in the entire universe.
You were like, you were one of the people I worship when it comes to like prank phone calls.
Hello? Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, you fucking fuck!
I suffer when he bites me. I'm in my vagina. When I'm walking and he sees other dogs, he right away, he jumps on my vagina because he gets so crazy. He doesn't know who I am.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KDK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go! Prepare for countdown! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 million!
I can't breathe. Stop.
What the hell is this? For crying out loud, somebody throw a pie!
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. That was the sound of me opening up the Blue Monster for the evening. I'm already in good spirits and in a good mood and have a lot of energy, but I'm going to take another one just so I don't crash out, because I'm going to very shortly be doing shots on the program here, making live prank calls, rambling like an idiot, and hopefully having some fun. And hopefully you will too. My name is KDK, or my name is Dave, and I play the character of KDK on internet radio, on the interweb. Yeah. Thank you for listening. I would like to see everybody in the chat room. No reason to listen, and if you're not going to be in the chat room and trying to participate and, you know, joining the Lunatic Fringe instead of being a scared bystander. So go to fartsteam.com, click on the link for the chat room, or kdkprankcalls.com, click on the link for the chat room there. Does the same thing. Join me. My name is KDK, of course, in the chat room. You can double-click on me, send me your names, numbers, confirm numbers, and ideas for prank calls for us to make tonight. Hopefully, people will participate. We had a halfway decent show last week, and I know so because I was editing the show earlier tonight. So I have a couple calls from last week that I can play again, including the one where I made the poor woman in the UK cry at like 5 in the fucking morning. It's funny, it's evil, it's all these things. So you have that to look forward to. I have some of the music that I can play, and hopefully we can have a halfway decent time. I can't stay on late tonight because I have to be up early tomorrow because of the fucking Super Bowl. I hate Super Bowl. Who gives a shit bowl? Oh boy, I won't watch. I don't give a shit what commercials are going to be on. I can't believe there's douchebags out there that actually look forward to commercials. People will tell me, or people have told me recently, I don't care much about the Super Bowl, but I like to watch for the ads. And I'm like, what kind of consumerist sheep behavior is that? They brainwash you into tuning in for commercials. They've achieved their evil objectives. I wonder what kind of companies are sponsoring this year. I wouldn't expect anything risque because we still haven't recovered from Janet Jackson flopping a tit out a couple of years ago. Fucking Janet Jackson sent this country back to the 1890s. Pretty soon you won't be able to show belly buttons on TV no more. Wouldn't it be great if every woman who went to the Super Bowl, I wish we could start this as like an internet campaign before the game next year. Get every woman who's going to be in the building to flash their tits, like every time she thinks the camera might be on her, so they can never get, like have like audience shots. So there'll be women just like lifting their tops, Just imagine every woman in the Super Bowl stadium. Every time they think, or maybe just whip it off the top and just sitting there. What are the cops going to do? Go in there and simultaneously arrest thousands and thousands of women during the Super Bowl? Bullshit. They're going to let that go. And then they would never be able to point the camera at the crowd because women have their tits out. And God forbid somebody knows what a tit looks like there's anybody who doesn't know what a tit looks like. This country is so fucked up. You know, if Janet Jackson had done that in another country, they probably would have just laughed at her and said, look how floppy your tit is. Why would you show that? Yeah. Anyway, as you can hear, I'm in a good mood. I've already done shot number 1 and 2. I'm keeping count because I can't be up late tonight. As you can tell, I'm feeling good. I want to do some pranks, but for that, you guys got to send me some numbers for me to call. So I'm going to be heading to the chat room once I get back. And we'll see if we can't get underway early tonight because, like I said, I got to turn in early. And we're back. And I'm going to the chat room for the first time tonight. Ooh, I see some of my friends are in there. Hello Tuck and Brandon Vegas and Fall and Cockney and Crouton and Lonesome Loser, Lord Spoon. I'm doing shout-outs now. You know you're desperate when you're doing shout-outs. MST3 Clay, Pezboy, Raw Milk, Barely Fatal, I don't recognize you, not sure who you are, same with Dick, but there you go. I don't know Dick. Lonesome Loser's here, hurrah! He has phone numbers for Duane, not Dwayne, but Duane Poppy. Debbie Diamond, that sounds like a porn name. Debbie Dallas, oh, I think I picked up on his theme tonight. Tex Ted Wallace, Winky Mabe. Are these might be real, like, porn people, like from back in the day, from back in their vaudeville days. Hap Godley, with a name like Hap, you gotta be 90. Hap. Bigelow Polk, Min Trong Do, Than and Bob Lindbo, Leopoldo Posada. But more importantly, an Asian guy, an old guy, an Asian guy. Dick says, let's try China again. It's the Beijing Hyatt and they speak English. It's 11 a.m. there. Why not prank Kevin's mama of Kevin's Mama Call fame? And finally, what's up with Mr. Dong? Well, Kevin's mama and Mr. Dong are both dead. I'm going to write a song about Kevin's mama and Mr. Dong. Maybe we can do a comic book where Kevin's mama is living and she meets Long Dong online and they fall madly in love and she moves all the way to San Diego to be with him and he kidnaps her and makes her his slave and beats her with a stick. Yeah, so we got a bunch of numbers. I have, my phone has been charging all day. I have my card here in that little CD tray where I sort my corn silk. Speaking of corn silk, I had to make that uncomfortable trip to my corn silk dealer's house today. And on the drive over, I'm just saying, I hope I can make this quick. I hope I can make this quick. I hope he's not going to go off for 15 minutes explaining the nuances of some platform game that he's playing. He did that for about 2 minutes, but his girlfriend was there this time. A big, fat, ugly, dumpy pig that she is. But bless her, she saved me tonight. Because she told him he was being boring and rambling. And I got out of there quick. It was like 5 minutes in and out. Nice. Because he's lonely, too. I guess he's not so lonely anymore because he has a girlfriend. But, you know, she's with him because nobody else will have her but a black guy. Because she's really fat and has really bad, like, pockmarked and zitty skin. But she's in her 30s, so it's weird that she has, you know, lots of zits at 30. And, fat and lazy, and nobody would have her. So for her, he's at least, you know, at least he's not black. At least he's not 500 pounds. At least he doesn't beat her up, I guess. So she's happy, and he's happy because he's so weird that he can't get anything to fuck him. So they make a good couple. I'd love to go in there with a hidden camera and take some footage. I was actually looking online about buying one of those spy cams. I was looking at these baseball hat cams because I think that would be the best way. You know, you have a hidden camera and a baseball hat. That way, just wherever I look is whatever's being captured. And people might think it's weird that I'm moving my head around to, like, catch better shots of stuff, but they'll just think I'm weird. And they're not expensive. They're only a couple $100, but they all work with transmitters now. So I would have to have, what, like a van with a Wi-Fi connection nearby, recording it on the hard drive? It would be like a big project. So I want to find one that has like a battery pack, or, well, obviously it has a battery pack, but I mean like a pack with like a hard drive, or record on a mini DVD or a memory card or something. Just something I can keep on me is like self-contained. Because I would love to just walk around in public and fuck with people and post that shit on the website. I know it's out there. Does anybody know like good spy cam sites that would have something like that? You know, even if I have to run a wire down through my shirt and have like a little unit tucked in my butt crack that's recording it for me. As long as it wouldn't like burst into flames and burn me up about the face, chest, breast, neck, and head, like in that movie Blowout. Anyway, I'm going to play one of the prank calls from last week. I'm not going to play the crying lady yet, but there was another short one that was mildly amusing. And I entitled it American Food, and I'll be back very shortly, with the live prank calls. Wow, it's not even 10:20. I'm really, like, trying to get done by midnight tonight.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, Lum? I would like to order some American-style food.
So you guys might need to come down and then order it here.
Can I not place an order here and pick it up when I get there?
No, but we don't do that way.
No, I don't. I'm coming down. I'll pick it up. I don't need delivery. I just want it ready when I get there because I'm very busy.
Everyone comes here and then orders it.
I'm very self-important, far more important than you, and I don't have time to waste. So I need my food ready when I step in the door. Chop shop. I want to pay, I want to take my food, eat it in the car, and go fuck some whores. Right? Hello? I would like a bacon cheeseburger. Do you have that? Or something comparable? Hello? Hello, I need me some American food. Something greasy. Something to make me... Hello?
Hi there.
I need a bacon cheeseburger and fries. And I want you to fry them twice, because I want some extra grease on there. Like an American. Hello? Oh my, he's gone already. And we're back. That was from last week, American Food. There were a couple of other prank calls that I didn't isolate, but I'm leaving them in the show. So there's always prank calls that are in the shows that weren't good enough for me to isolate and like keep like separate and apart. But there's stuff in there. If the stuff is like really bad, I just cut it out completely. If it's mildly amusing, I leave it there. If it's good, I'll cut it out from the show and save it to post on the website. So with the next episode that I post, will probably be in a couple days, is the one from last Saturday. There'll be a couple of things in there that you won't find anywhere else ever again. It'll be up there, and those calls will be forgotten. But there's, I did a couple of similar calls like that to restaurants in the UK, so that's what you have to look forward to if you want to download that. Still no word back from anybody that I contacted about redoing the website, and I'm figuring a couple of things got to be going on. Number one, they think I'm fucking with them because I'm asking them to, like, pimp out a prank call website, so they think it's a prank when I talk to them. Even Dr. Lego didn't get back to me. Just for the hell of it, I asked for Dr. Lego to give me a quote on, like, what it would cost to make it the way I want. And he hasn't gotten back to me. And the other lady that I called, that was really cool when I spoke with her, and I thought I had her believing that I didn't want to fuck with her, that I, really wanted to redo this website. She never got back to me. But I think, with her, I think she might be realizing she's in over her head. She was saying something to me about, like, installing content management when I talked to her, and I was like, oh, you mean like Mambo or Joomla? And she was like, when she stuttered, she was like, oh shit, he knows my tools. He knows he doesn't need me anymore. Shit. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, though. She was in over her head. Anyway, it's time to make some prank calls. Maybe I'll do some more UK wake-up prank calls this week, but after how upset that last woman got last week, we'll hear it later. I'm going to play it later. I don't know if I have the heart to do it again. You can even hear, like, during the first call, at some point you hear me go, like, I'm like, son of a bitch. The thought going on in my head is, son of a bitch, I just made this woman cry. What kind of a dick am I? And I felt immediately guilty. Well, let's try to call up Dwayne Poppy. Or Poopy.
Hello, I need to speak to Dwayne.
What are you calling me, Garfield?
He told me not to tell you. He's going to tell you later.
No, thank you. Bye.
I'm going to call back.
Alright, this is, maybe I'm trying to rush into stuff too early. This is not going well. Man. With a name like Debbie Dallas, you gotta get calls all the time. Crouton is saying something. Bathtub renovations. You want a customized bathtub because your spouse is 400 pounds. Well, you probably have to be a lot bigger than 400 for it to be an issue, I guess. Bath and Body Works. You want to make your asshole smell like roses. Oh, that's classy. Dog trainer. You want to train your dog to wipe its ass on people's carpets you don't like. See, that's a good idea.
I want to be able to bring him over to Mabel's house and have him drag his ass all through the dining room. And I'll say, oh my God, I'm mortified. And in the meantime, on the inside, I'm laughing. I'll wear me one of them baseball hat cameras and put it all on YouTube.
Yeah. And Dick is blinking again. And he gives me a website for onlinespyshop.co.uk. Okay, so I'll have to check that out later. onlinespyshop.co.uk. I'm looking for either an eyeglass or a baseball hat camera that doesn't transmit to within like 1,000 feet. That's good enough for our surveillance camera. That's not good enough for my purposes, like out walking in public and walking up to a bum and saying, I'll give you $5 if you wiggle your dick at that next car that goes by or something. And that's exactly the sort of thing I would do. I know me. Right, so I almost forgot that somebody that I know in, quote, real life had a request for a prank call to somebody that she referred to as Drunk James and his wife Diane. So, yeah, I have that to look forward to. I forgot that. We have probably a new listener tonight who's listening to hear me prank Drunk James and his wife Diane, who live here in my town, and I have a little info about them. James is, and I'm just going by what people tell me. James is like the town drunk, like he walks everywhere because he got a DWI or he wrecked his car or something to do with alcohol. And he's somebody who's probably like my age, but he looks like he's in his late 40s because he's like old. He just looks old and decrepit for his age because he's like habitually drunk, constantly has the shakes, and he always walks around in an overcoat looking like a flasher because he looks really creepy. When people look really creepy wearing an overcoat, it just looks like a flasher. Plus, it also depends on the overcoat, because you figure a flasher wouldn't have like a really nice full-length wool overcoat. He'd have like some kind of cheap nylon job like Drunk James has. So, well, I have no information on his wife, but knowing that the guy's like a drunk, I could come up with, if he's not there, I could come up with a story that he like got fucked up in a bar brawl. There's a bottle in his ass, my God. Someone shoved a pool cue in his ear. Something like that. I'm not going to do that now, but I'm going to leave that right in front of me, that slip of paper that was handed to me. Also, there was another request for...
Minute for this call. Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Dix.
Listen, looking for what?
I'm looking for Tex Wallace.
Yeah, right.
Is he there, please?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm just hanging out and drinking some beers, wondering what you're doing.
Well, who is this?
Well, I'm looking for Tex, but I know you, but you sound like you don't remember my voice.
Is this Gary?
You got me.
You know, I didn't think you would remember, because you were a little liquored up that night.
What are you up to?
I'm drinking, I'm drunk dialing. I probably shouldn't do that. That's probably a bad thing.
You drunk what?
Drunk dialing. You ever get drunk and start using the phone and you don't remember it the next day and you pick the fight with half your family?
No.
You never done that before?
No.
Oh, it's a trip. You gotta try it sometime. I practiced
I don't
this.
even hardly drink anymore.
Oh, well, good for you. I've slowed back a bit too. I only drink on Saturday because it's Saturday and we get to drink.
Well, so I heard you're driving truck now.
Yes, but not on Saturday.
But for who?
Pepperidge Farm.
Well, really?
Yeah.
What a good deal.
Yeah. They got Campbell's soup, they got Swanson TV dinners, they got all sorts of different Vlasic. You know, they have Vlasic and all that shit. I deliver that shit all over.
I didn't know that. Well, that's what you always wanted to do.
Right, because I'm fat and lazy like that. I want to drive the country and drink some beers and have a big-ass truck. What?
Remember when you were driving the Starving Movers or whatever?
No, I barely remember because I was probably half cocked most of the time.
I don't know, but you've been behaving yourself.
Yeah, reasonably well.
Have you been staying out of jail?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm in Linden right now. I just dropped a load off at Pepperidge. Huh?
And where are you in Linden?
I'm not sure. I'm at the Pepperidge Farm plant. The facility here where I drop my shit off. Where I dump my load.
I didn't know they even had one.
They have them all over the place.
Is that right?
Distribution
I did not know
centers.
they had one here.
Yeah, distribution centers.
Have you been keeping in touch with Miss Tammy?
Oh, well, I fuck her whenever I'm in town, if that's what you mean. Yeah, she doesn't have very nice things to say about you. I guess there's still some bitterness there.
About what?
You'd have to talk to her about that. I don't want to get into that.
Oh, there's bitterness with her?
And you?
And me?
She said that you were disrespectful to her this one time, and you were drunk and you were going off, and you said a lot of unkind things about her.
Well.
So that's why she hasn't contacted you in a while. But let's get to the reason why I'm calling. What are you doing tonight?
What?
What are you doing tonight?
Well, we were in bed, actually.
Oh, Tex is there.
Well, of course he's here.
I was hoping he would be out, and you and I could go out for a drink or something.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well, think about it. Next time I'm in town, I'll give you a call again.
Think about it.
Okay?
I'll talk to you later.
And maybe someday you, me, and Tammy pack things together and do a three-way.
This is not Gary.
Sure it is.
No bullshit.
This is Gary, the guy who fucks Tammy,
No.
and called Ted Wallace's wife all drunk. Okay, have a good night.
Okay.
Bye. She was a good sport. That was kind of bizarre. Anybody know of a good free site like People Pages where you can look up cell phone numbers? Nobody has landlines anymore unless they're like really old. That's why so many of the people that I call are either like foreigners or old, because they're typically the people that are like behind the times. And the recorded operator sounded like a hag, according to Beverly Field. And I would agree, I guess. Let me see who else I can call here. We have an old guy, Hap Godley. I gotta call him Hap Godley. Hap Godley. Hopefully we'll get some UK numbers coming in. Yeah. I'll try not to make anybody cry this time.
Hi, I'm looking for Hap Godley.
Yeah.
This is Ed Rosenthal. How you been doing?
Wind?
I just retired to Casper.
Who's this?
Hello, it's Ed Rosenthal. Hap Godley, my word, it's been a dog's age since I've spoken to you. How have you been?
I'm fine. Who is this?
It's Ed Rosenthal. I told you not 30 seconds ago.
I still didn't think.
Are you feeling all right?
Huh?
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. How old are you now?
I'm 70-some.
I'm 87 years young.
You are?
Right. You remember me? We used to party down at that titty bar in the 60s. Oh, those were the good old days. That one who could swing the tassels in opposite directions, that's a talent you don't see often anymore. Hap? Hello?
I can hear you better. Who is it?
It's Ed Rosenthal.
Huh?
Ed! I'm the Jew guy. You remember, the one with the big penis.
I still can't figure out who you are.
I used to show it to all the guys, because I knew word would get back to the ladies, and it would help me out in the long run. The big penis, I mean.
My hearing is terrible. Can you speak louder?
Well, can you hear me now?
Huh?
Is there something wrong with your head?
Who is it?
It's Ed.
Who?
Oh my God, it's gone that bad.
Yeah, it is.
You're not doing so well.
Well, maybe not, but I do have a hearing problem.
How long did they give you? Because you sound like you're on the way out.
No, I'm fine, except I don't hear very good.
What?
I got a hearing aid, and I took it out. I thought maybe I could hear you better, but it didn't help.
Now you hear me better. So how you been, man? It's Ed Rosenthal.
I'm doing fine, yeah.
That's wonderful. I've retired here to Casper.
Oh, you did?
Right, and I started a bowling league, and I wanted to call my own friend Hap and come bowl with us other elderlies.
You're in Casper?
Right.
Can you call me back on a different number?
Why?
Well, I got a cell phone, and I can hear pretty good on him.
Oh, okay. I should call you on your other number. That's what you mean. Okay, well, give me the number, and I'll call you back. Okay, well, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Thanks. I better call quick, because everybody else is going to call this old guy's cell phone number once they hear that. Race against the delay. I'm surprised that the old guy has a cell phone. Most old folks would be baffled by a cell phone. How old did he say he was? 70-something? I still haven't come up with a reason or relation between him and Ed yet. A reason for Ed to be calling him, or a relation between the two. I still haven't come up with that. Drinking at the bar isn't going to work. Hey, it's me again. Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you a lot better.
Good. Now you sound better, too. Now I'm not so worried about you.
Who am I talking to?
This is Ed Rosenthal. I'm Jill's husband. How's your old lady?
From where? Elizabeth?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We're in Casper now.
How are you?
She's not doing so hot, though. She has throat cancer. And they give her this little stick to hold up to her throat when she's got to talk. And it sounds robotic and frightening. Children are scared of it, but she uses that for fun sometimes. At the supermarket, you know.
Yeah.
Right, you know. You remember Jill. Well, you wouldn't remember her now, the way she talks with that voice box.
You know?
Jill. Jill.
Yeah, Jill, I can't place her. How should I know her?
Well, she said you and her were sweethearts before we met.
Jill?
Right. I stole her away. That's the way she put it.
Huh?
That's...
I don't recall it. I don't remember with a Jill.
Well, that's because you're old.
Oh, no, I don't think I know of anybody named Jill. What was her last name?
Well, her maiden name
Yeah.
is McDougal.
Huh?
McDougal. She's Irish.
I don't recall ever knowing her.
She used to do a vaudeville gig. She would dance burlesque as Boobs McDougal. That's how you would know her, because that's where we first met her. Both you and I together.
Is that right?
At that... I'm sorry, Hap. You win this round. You cracked me up before I made you laugh, so that means you win this round. I'm doing a reality show where we call people at like late hours, and we try to get them to believe crazy stories, and we give points if they do.
You didn't make me believe it.
Yeah, I know. See, now I'm going to lose 5. I just won 10 points for getting a woman in the UK to cry, and now I lose 5 points because you didn't buy it. But that's okay. I'm still ahead of everybody else. I'll be the last one in the house. Okay, look for it on CBS. Pranksters. Okay, peace out, my nigga. He was funny. I gave him a good laugh. See, now he feels better having gotten that call, having answered that phone call, and having given his cell phone number out to everybody who was listening. Oh, boy. I'm going to play this because I have to take the first pee break of the night, but I'll be back very shortly, very shortly. This is a classic They Might Be Giants.
Let's start. This is the worst part. To believe for all the world that you're my precious little girl, but don't let's start. I've got a weak heart and I don't get around. How do you get around? When you are alone, you are the cat, you are the bone, you are an animal. Words I'm saying now mean nothing more than me out to an animal. Wake up, smell a captain in your bank account. Don't try to stop the bill that wags the hound. To world destruction over and overture. And do I need a possibility? Need the sunshine. Don't let's start. This is the worst part. To believe for all the world that you're my precious little girl. But don't let's start. I've got a weak heart and I don't get around. How you get around? No one in the world ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Everybody dies frustrated and sad, and that is beautiful. They want what they're not, and I wish they would stop saying da-ba-da-da-da-ga-ding-dang-ding-dang-ding-dang-ding-dang-ding-ding-ding. World destruction over and overture. And do I need a possibility? Need the sunshine. Don't let's start. This is the worst part. To believe for all the world that you're my precious little girl. But don't let's start. I've got a weak heart and I don't get around. I don't get around. I don't want to live in this world anymore. I don't want to live in this world. Don't let's start. This is the worst part. To believe for all the world.
was talking last week on this show about how the server for Fart Steam went up and crapped the bed. So I had to go and get something new. So that's what I did. I went to Walmart just because I knew I needed any cheap piece of crap computer would be enough to run an internet radio station. That's all I need it for. It's going to sit in a room and broadcast, and that's all it's ever going to do. I'm never going to use it for much of anything aside from that. I might use it as like a jukebox, so I'll put some music on there so I can listen to music in the bedroom on it or something like that. So it's never going to have like some great need. So I can just go into Walmart and buy any cheap piece of crap, and I did indeed find a cheap piece of crap for $300. I was able to find an XP machine. I was so happy to find an XP because I like the idea of having an XP and a Vista machine in the same house. And so I got it all up and running, and it's been running constant and steady, and the new server is a lot quieter and energy efficient, and yeah, so everything is good. Fart Steam is reliable, and now I just got to work on whittling down the rotation to where it's just stuff that's really good. And somebody from my private life is talking to me. Doesn't know I'm on the air, so I'm going to have to tell him I'm on the air. A possible hookup is contacting me. He hasn't passed my rigorous screening process yet, but a wannabe hookup is contacting me on AIM. Pardon me while I take the last shot of the night. This is going to be the last shot because I want to be in bed by 1 because I got to get up early and it's going to be a busy day because I got a lot of shit to do. Oh, he says, cool, hit me back when you're done. Oh, well. That means he has an agenda. If he says, hit me back, that means he has an agenda. And if he said, I'll talk to you later, it would mean he was just saying hi or something. I wonder what the agenda is. I should pretend I'm not on the air and talk to him and just see what happens. But that wouldn't be very good radio, would it? Anyway, going back to the chat room, I see that Dick is blinking. He wants me to call up an ASDA, which is the Walmart of the UK. Are they open at this hour? Isn't it like fucking 4 or 5 in the morning over there? Okay, let me go back to Lonesome Loser's numbers. He's got more people coming in. Latina woman, an Asian guy, a woman, an Asian guy, a guy, an old guy. Oh, that's who I just called. That was Hap Godley was the old guy. He's a tricky old bastard, that Hap Godley. Then I realized that at the end of the call, I really did win, because I got him to believe the story that I was doing a reality show. So there you go. I said I lost because I didn't get him to believe my crazy story, but I turned it around and got him to believe a different crazy story. So I guess I did win. Yeah. So now I have 10 points, is that what I said? I don't know where I get this shit. This is Maurice.
Oh, sure.
I'm calling for Mr. Doe. Mr. Doe?
No. What's name?
D-O.
What's the first name?
Can you speak up, please? I can't hardly hear you.
Okay. I can't hear you either.
What's wrong with you? Min. I need min.
Min?
C. Yes.
Okay, well, nobody here by that name then.
Is she dead?
Who's calling?
Please don't tell me Min is gone.
Who is calling?
My name is Maurice Rosenthal. Listen, you want me to get to why I'm calling?
No.
No.
Okay, well, what's the joke? Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, same to you, lady. She didn't hang up. See, I was having a hard time hearing her on that. I could barely hear her, and she could barely hear me. There's something wrong with my shit here now. I've changed, moved, or otherwise fucked something up in the past several minutes that I'll have to fix.
Hello?
Kim!
Hello?
Kim, is that you?
Yes.
How are you doing, love? It's me, it's Ed from the clinic. Hello?
Yes?
We've gone through everything, and the results are conclusive.
Yes?
It's Ebola. Have you begun bleeding profusely from the anus yet? Kim?
Are you clear?
No, not at all. How dare you say such nonsense? I am a real American. I fight for the rights of every man. Hello, I'm looking for Mr. Yule. Hello?
She said, hold on. I should have hung in there. He probably turned out to be like 80 years old, and it just took him like 2 minutes to get to the phone. But I'm trying to do radio here, and I'm sitting there like, what do I do while I'm waiting for this nitwit to bring somebody else to the phone? Oh, well, too slow. But Lonesome Loser did find Tommy Mott. Aha. Now I got to think about what to do. And this was a specific request for a piss him off and be nasty prank, because he was a dick to one of the servers and didn't leave her a tip or something.
For this call.
Hello, I'm calling for Thomas, please. Can you speak up, please? This is Ed Rosenthal, and I'm calling because my wife claims that she made a ding in your car on Friday.
A ding in the car?
She says she was at the supermarket, and she recognized... Apparently she knows you. My wife is Jill Rosenthal. She's an elderly woman with throat cancer. But she says she knew you. And you were down at the supermarket, and she wasn't paying attention, and she backed into you a little, and... Or maybe she hit you at the door. I'm not sure of the story. But she wanted me to call and make good.
What supermarket?
It was down at the one by the bridge there.
What kind of car did she hit?
I don't know. I didn't ask. She said she saw you get out of it, so she knew it was yours. And she just looked you up in the phone book. And she was too embarrassed to call, and it's hard for her to speak with the throat cancer. So she wanted me to call. She didn't leave a number.
I'm not aware of...
You notice any damage on the car?
No,
I think...
haven't really looked at it, but no, I don't.
Well, were you at the supermarket on Friday? Yesterday. You'll remember yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play, as we used to say back in the day. So there's no damage. You tell me I have the wrong person?
Possibly. I mean, what's the name you're looking for?
Do you want to talk to her for a second? I'm going to give her it's hard for her to talk with the throat cancer, but I'm going to get her to try for several minutes.
Okay.
Jill, I need you to pick up in the bedroom, dear.
Hello. Is this Dana? Dana, I'm so sorry. It's Mrs. Rosenthal. Hello?
It says they were still connected, but they weren't talking. See, that's the problem. I'm rusty on using Jill because it used to be so easy for me to get people to believe that Jill was a real person, but somebody comes on with that voice, and I did try to set her up for it with Ed, but still, she's like, what the fuck? That's like one of those voices that's just too over the top to, like, keep people on. It makes it so difficult to keep somebody on the line with that voice. Ah, well. You know, The suggestion that was given to me for this Drunk James call was just to keep calling, like steady calling all night. Just going, I'm Drunk James, biatch. Instead of Rich James, biatch. I'm Drunk James, biatch. Because he's known around town. He's a man about town, known worldly wide as, Drunk James, I guess. I don't know. I think he's a member of one of, quote, those families. Every small town or every rural place has what you would call, quote, that family. The one that's always in the police blotter. And they're perhaps inbred, and there's too many of them for one town. And for this town, it's the Cables and the Yeomans. So if somebody could find phone numbers for the Cables and the Yeomans, those are the two. There's so many people in the family that one of them is constantly in the paper every week for beating up their spouse, or drunk driving, or driving without a license, or just everything. Having a tractor pull illegally, having an illegal pig roast in the front yard, or something. That's the kind of redneck hee-haws we're talking about.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Nick, please. I'm sorry.
Wrong number.
No, Mr. Hee-Ha.
Mr. Hare?
Yes, I'm sorry for calling so late, but it's terribly important.
What's this about?
Yeah, there's been a tragedy.
What is it?
I must speak to Mick himself.
Well, I'm sorry, I said this is his wife. Have you told me what it's all about?
Well, it's about Loretta. I'm sorry, it breaks me up to have to tell you this.
What?
She went hunting with Roger, and he shot her with an arrow. I don't know why. That just struck me as hysterical there. I busted myself up pretty good there. That was just, I think what it is thinking in the back of my mind that not only are you doing a prank, but the fact that you're waking somebody up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning with some frivolous, retarded bullshit. And I'm just imagining, like, best possible scenario, like this bleary-eyed old hag with curlers in her hair, like answering the phone, like stumbling to the phone from a drunken caper the night before. Well, that's just my wishful thinking, probably. Anyway, I said I would play this, and I want to play it before I forget again. This is the prank call to the UK that I made last week. This is part 1, where I called up and I got this woman to believe that my wife was having an affair with her husband.
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for David, please.
I suppose he's not here at the moment.
Oh, is he still out at the bar?
David who?
No, it's Winchester. It's too late. The bars have been closed for hours now. Where could he be?
He's
Listen, the reason why I'm calling... Is this Mrs. Winchester?
Yes.
The reason why I'm calling is I have reason to believe that he's been seeing my wife in a carnal way.
What?
I'm sorry to break it to you like this, but I found some letters, and I looked through the phone bank of her cell phone, and I found the number, and I'm calling, and I suppose you don't know a thing about it. You've probably never heard of my wife, Jill. Jill?
Who are you?
My name is Maurice Rosenthal, and I live in Essex, and my wife is Jill. What?
Where is he meeting your wife?
Hello? What?
Where is he meeting your wife?
Where did he meet her?
Oh, where is he meeting her and where is he going with her then?
I don't know. I'm trying to put things together myself. I found a letter in her purse, and it was tucked in a flap in the side, like she wanted to hide. And it said, I had a lovely evening the other night, we'll have more fun next time, words to this effect. And so I looked through the phone, and I saw another, see, the letter was signed DW, DJW. And then I look in the phone, and I found David Winchester. So I said, I know I found the right person. If the person I call has the middle initial J, then I know I have the right person.
I thought this was very clever of me at the time. Trying to, all the information I had to go on was their address and the name, and I figured maybe I can pretend like I know him because I know his middle initial. And I tried to pull that out. And it works. It helps sell the gag and get the woman to cry. EJW is David J. Winchester. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm wrong.
No, he is David. No, you're right.
Oh dear, we've got a problem.
What did you say?
How long? Me and my wife have been married for 12 years. How long have you been married?
30.
How long?
But where do you live?
This makes me sick to my stomach.
Where do you live?
I live in Essex.
Whereabouts?
I don't want to say exactly.
Well, I'm having a phone call in the middle of the night by a strange man.
Well, I've told you why. I'm very upset. And I understand you must be upset too, to find out what's been going on. But my wife isn't home right now. She was supposed to be home hours ago. You tell me your husband isn't home.
Yes, but I know where he is.
Okay, where is he?
He's in Germany at the moment.
Where?
In Germany.
Oh, God.
I've had a call.
They went all the way to Germany to keep it from us.
Well, you must be joking with a male friend.
I wish I were. I wish I were, because I have no prenuptial agreement, and she's going to end up taking half my stuff, even though she's cheating on me with your husband.
What is your name, Morris?
Rosenthal.
This is a ridiculous conversation. Someone said to be honest.
Can I ask what your name is?
I'm not telling you what my name is, because it really matters.
Are you crying?
Yes, I am. What do you think you woke me up? In the night.
I'm listening to this now, and I'm the world's most evil human being for laughing again, even listening back. But you can hear my voice. I just gave up on doing the prank. You hear me go, because I just feel so guilty that I made this woman cry. I feel bad. Yeah. I'm so sorry, and I feel like a piece of shit for doing this. But they're not cheating. He's not cheating on you. He paid to have me call and prank you this early in the morning. He wanted me to tell you how much he loves you. And he would never cheat on you, and he loves you now more than ever. Mrs. Winchester? And that was me trying to save the day at the end, but she had already hung up, because I figure in the UK they have a lot of what they call wind-up services, like automated things, where you can have this machine call and fuck with somebody. I've never used one, so I don't know exactly how it comes off. But I think it's like an automated soundboard kind of thing, where you can have somebody call and just curse somebody out or something like that. And I know they call them wind-ups in the UK. Instead of prank calls, they're called wind-ups. And I would register KDKWindups.com. It's probably taken already. Yeah, I tried to bail at the last minute claiming I was one of those services because I know they're very popular in the UK, but she hung up before I could tell her, or maybe she heard and I didn't know. But at the time, I thought she didn't hear me, so I wanted to call back again. This is like 5 minutes later, after doing the phone card and me talking and the dialing and all that. It's like 5 minutes later and she's still crying.
Hello?
Mrs. Winchester, I'm sorry you hung up on me before I could finish.
I don't care. It's the middle of the fucking night. I don't want to know. Bloody hell, what's going on?
Listen, I didn't want you to be upset because this is all a joke. It's all a joke. He's not cheating on you. We are a service that he hired to call and pull a practical joke on you. But he wanted us to tell you how much he loves you dearly and he would never cheat on you.
You bastard! I'll go find this and call it funny. In the middle of the night, he's sick.
sorry. That is too classic. I gotta go back. He wanted us to tell you how much he loves you dearly and he would never cheat on you. I'm so gonna isolate that, you bastard. You bastard! Oh, man.
I don't find this thing so funny. In the middle of the night, it is sick.
I know, but at least he's not really cheating on you and he loves you to death. Hello? Yeah, that's funny. At least I got to let her know that it was only a goof, but I did get her husband in hot water by claiming that he still hired us. Even if he's not cheating on her, he still hired us to wake her up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and make her cry. Well, yeah. I'd like to be able to do a follow-up call and say, talk to the guy and be like, so how did things happen, like, when you got home? I don't think I've ever tried to call China. I'm going to try to call.
You have 1 day, 2 hours for this call.
Hello? Hello? Olale, how are you doing, girlfriend? I need a room. Can you speak up, please? I can't hardly hear you. I'm calling from the United States of America. Oh. Hello, I would like to make a reservation. Do you speak English?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right. I'm glad I finally got a hold of someone who can speak English in China. I need, what's that?
Checking day, around day.
I'm going to be there February 19th.
19th.
You're right, I'm going on safari to hunt giant panda.
Okay, well, how many nights?
3. It's the magic number.
February.
Right.
For 3 nights.
19, 20, and 21. Right. 3 is the magic number. A man and a woman had a little baby. And there were 3 in the family, and that's the magic number. What? What was that? How much is it per day? In American currency? Hello? In dollars, how much would it be per day? I hear someone typing back there. Hello? Well, that was my first attempted prank call to China. Oh, man, I pranked so many countries in the world. New Zealand, Australia, the UK, all over Europe, actually. In Dusseldorf. Hello, Beatrice. What did she say? Go to Beelzebub? Go to bed. She said go to bed and then sort of like trailed off into a half snore there at the end. So apparently that was confirmed too recently. Oh yeah, that was 20 minutes ago. Okay, well, yeah. She's still pissed off that you woke her up the first time, lonesome loser, and probably still hasn't gotten back to bed. So I hope you're happy with yourself, you bastard. You bastard! I'm so gonna isolate that one. Like every time I do a bastardly thing. You bastard! We're trying to call Beatrice back. Trying. I don't think answering machines or voicemail are possible. Beatrice, why do you keep hanging up on me, love? It's very important.
I don't know who it is.
Loretta's taken ill. We need you to come into work tomorrow.
Who are you?
We're going to be terribly busy with the Super Bowl going on in the U.S.
I can't. Who the hell are you?
We need you here by 6. Can you do it for us? I knew we could count.
Talking about.
I knew we could count on you. And a woman named Beatrice there twice in a row. First time, she just said go to bed. Second time, I probably talked a little bit too much over her, trying to keep her on. But there you go. We have three more UK people. We got Gillian, Peter, and Neil. We can call all of them. In Hampshire, Preston, or South Yorkshire. And I'm still amazed that none of these British calls have called me out saying that's a bad, fake British accent. Must be easier than I thought. For when I can be like Madonna, and like once I get rich, I can adopt like a fake accent. Like all of a sudden, I can have a British affectation every time you see me in interviews. Well, every time I do prank calls, I'll be doing Jill with a. Hello, how are you doing there? I'll be doing Jill with a British accent and shit. Anyway, let me try this next UK person on the list here because it's getting close to 12, and I gotta be getting going soon. Gillian, please. Hello. Hello, Mr. Hello, Gillian. I'm sorry to have awoken you, but it's very important. Are you with me? Took you 3 tries to hang up that fucking phone. I guess I'd be the same way. Actually, lately, Drunk Bill has been calling me at like 5 in the morning, and luckily he always calls the cell phone, and the cell phone is never loud enough to wake me up. My ringtone is the Jackass theme song for the here, I can play it real quick. My ringtone is the Jackass theme music, I guess you'd call it. And it's it's not loud enough to wake me up. Luckily, if it's in my coat pocket, which it's usually in my coat pocket or my pants pocket when I go to bed, or I take it out, even if I take it out and put it on the desk, it's not loud enough to wake me up, which is a good thing, because every morning I wake up now and I have voicemails from Drunk Bill that were sent at like 5, 6 in the morning, where he's calling and he's trying to play clips from movies and TV shows, because all he does is like, he goes to work, he goes home, and he watches TV and eats. Like, he's probably up to like 220 pounds. He's like insanely, like, scary fat. And I'm gonna have to like set up hidden cameras and get video of him next time he's over here. But that's all he does, and he thinks, and smoke weed, of course. So he's sitting there smoking weed constantly every day. The only contact he gets with the outside world is at work or at home, like watching whatever TV shows he's recorded on his ancient VHS VCR. He actually called me the other day, like sober during the day, wanting to buy one of my old VHS VCRs because he's having a hard time finding them in the stores because it's so outdated. But anyway, I digress. He's calling me and he's playing like clips from like movies or TV shows, and he told me in the past that he sometimes thinks that the TV talks to him, or the TV is trying to give him advice, or what's happening on the TV is subconsciously linked to his psyche and trying to teach him things about his life, if that makes any sense. And he's slowly like slipping into insanity. Much like all of you out there. And me as well, probably. Actually, no, I'm pretty goddamn normal. Because I have the outlet to come on and do this. That keeps me normal, right? So, and I can never understand these clips because they're always badly modulated and they're coming from my voicemail, and he's playing it over his crappy-ass cell phone circa 1990. Well, maybe 1999. But still, crappy old-ass giant cell phone. And, I should start recording it. Like, when I don't have to work, I should, like, pick up the phone when it rings and record his drunk rambling about how the TV is talking to him and all that stuff. Every time I ask him to come and do the show with me, he refuses to do it because he knows he's just going to be like the brunt of the joke.
It's like when I try to get Crazy Dave on. It's hard for me to like do the show with Crazy Dave because Crazy Dave is not so unaware that he doesn't realize that he's being the brunt of everybody's joke, you know, and he's like nervous and self-conscious. So Drunk Bill is the same way. But yeah, I'll still let him blow me. Who do we have next? We tried Gillian. Did I try Peter? I don't think I tried Peter. Let's call up Peter York and act like I'm looking for Peter Tork. No, that wouldn't be good.
Hello?
Hello, Peter.
Who's that?
Peter. I'm sorry to call so late, but it's trifling important. Hello? It's hard to keep you fuckers on the line when it's 5 in the morning. Almost as hard as it is for you fuckers to hang up your goddamn phones.
I swear to God, nobody in the UK has voicemail or owns an answering machine, seems like, doesn't it? And we're back, and that was They Might Be Giants, of course, with Hey Mr. DJ, I thought you said we had a deal. And I want to thank everybody for listening, and I want to apologize to everybody for having to bail early, but I do have to get to bed to be up for work bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow for the motherfucking Super Bowl bullshit that's going on, catering and garbage like that. But thank you all for listening. Tune in again next week, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't promise I'll be here on Wednesday because I'm thinking of just turning Psychobabble into a replay of Lunatic Fringe. Right? Yeah. So, anyway, thank you all for listening. I love you all. Tune in again next week. And until then, as always, stay beautiful.
Yeah, guess that's it. Well, you probably want me to get out of your hair, so here's the Drano in case there's a clog. Soap's right there next to the radio, and towels are on the roof. So, good night.
We got to close it out. That's it for tonight. Be back again tomorrow night. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, 'cause I can see you tomorrow, baby.
I move your picture.
I move your picture.
From my wall.
From my wall.
From my wall.
And I replace them.
Both large and
And I replace them.
Both large and small.
Both large and small.
And each day.
Each day. Each everyone.
Find me so blue.
So blue.
Find me so blue.
So blue.
Nothing takes the place of you.
Just remember, nothing takes the place of you.
Nothing can ever take the
I
place of you,
read
baby.
your letters.
I read your letters. Each and every one.
One by one.
One by one.
By one.
And I still love you.
And I still love you, baby.
Baby, I still love you.
When it's all said and done.
When it's all said and done, I still love
Oh, my darling.
you. Oh, my darling. And
I'm so blue.
I'm so blue.
Because nothing.
Because nothing.
Because nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
nothing.
They feel quite as good as your vagina.
I write this letter.
I write this letter. He
It's
promised me.
raining
It's raining.
on my window pane.
As the moving finger writes.
What the hell
It
is
says
this?
until tomorrow.
He's not even listening to the lyrics anymore.
I'll wait for you.
I'll wait for you too.
As each teardrop glistens on my letter.
Without you,
The hell was that one?
nothing seems the same.
Oh,
Without
the animal.
nothing's the same.
Nothing to
So
say.
I'll wait
And I'll wait
until you're home.
until you're home.
Again, I love you,
Again, like I said before, I love you.
but I'm all alone.
But I'm all alone.
I'm all alone till I see you again tomorrow night, baby. Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
I love you so much.
I love you more.
I'm so blue.
Bye.
I'm bluer. Goodbye.
Because nothing,
Nothing.
oh, but nothing takes the place.
Takes the place of you, baby. Thank you all for listening. I love y'all. Tune in again next week. And stay beautiful.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.